Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we're going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Miguel got amnesia during the events of Cobra Kai Season 3, Part 3? If you haven't seen the previous two parts, I would recommend you go watch them before continuing this one. So in this timeline, Miguel would continue his training with Kenny and Robbie, and he would quickly get the hang of defense and Miyagi-Do. Miguel would also continue his training with Johnny, and he would slowly start to get some of his memories back. Those events would carry on. Sam would hear that Miguel and Robbie were getting along, and she would stop by their apartments, and Robbie would be surprised to see her. Sam and Robbie would start to catch up again, and they would eventually get back together. And since Sam and Robbie got back together, Robbie would eventually rejoin Miyagi-Do alongside Miguel and Kenny, and Daniel would be happy to see them. Johnny wouldn't be happy that Miguel had joined Miyagi-Do, but Johnny would want what was best for Miguel. So Daniel and Johnny would talk, and they would still team up in this timeline. Robbie and Miguel would be happy that Johnny had joined Daniel. Johnny and Danny would teach their students a combination of offense and defense. Those events would carry on. Carice would hear that Daniel and Johnny had teamed up, so Carice would still get Terry Silver in this timeline. And Hawk would hear that Miguel had joined Miyagi-Do and that he was friends with Robbie. So Hawk would confront Miguel, and he would tell him that he should be in Cobra Kai, and that it was Robbie that put him in the coma. And Hawk would also tell Miguel how Johnny failed them by teaching them to show mercy. Miguel would be surprised, but he would defend Robbie. He would say that Robbie was a good person, and that he made a mistake, but he's forgiven him now. And he would tell Hawk how Johnny had helped him, and how he was slowly getting his memories back. Hawk wouldn't like the new Miguel, so Miguel and Hawk would start to become enemies, and the rivalry between Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do would continue. Miguel would talk to Robbie, and he would tell him that he knows about the school fight, and how he was the one that put him in the coma. Robbie would be surprised, and he would be ready to fight Miguel in case Miguel was angry, but Miguel would tell him that he forgives him, and he would thank him for being nice to him, even though they were enemies in the past, and Robbie would formally apologize to Miguel. Since the All Valley tournament was still cancelled in this timeline, Terry would remind Carice of the Saikai Taikai, so Terry would convince Carice to let Cobra Kai sign up. So Terry would put more funding into Cobra Kai, and Cobra Kai would continue to expand and grow. Terry Silver would still get Sensei Kim Daeun and the rest of her senseis, and she would start training the students. The Cobra Kais would still train for the Saikai Taikai, and much like in the original timeline, the Saikai Taikai committee would still meet with Terry Silver, and Terry would want to convince the judges to let Cobra Kai compete, and he would push Hawk and Tori to be Cobra Kai's #1 students. And that is where I'm going to end part 3. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Miguel got amnesia during the events of Cobra Kai Season 3? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.